Get on the Suffolk Ram.
Fucking hell, mate. Skazzius.
That was done with no warning to Skazz. Welcome to episode 232. 232. It's definitely not that. It's welcome to No. That's definitely wrong. But 100% wrong because we're actually on episode 283.
No, so, whatever number it was last time, whenever that was, like 10 years ago, add 1.
Yes.
Welcome to the new one of Rand Nerds Podcast.
Yeah. And it's the first episode of 2026, and it's already going well.
Yes,
as everybody can tell, we've forgotten everything. We've forgotten how to internet. We've forgotten how to do shit.
How do you microphone? How do you Discord? How do you camera?
That is exactly right. That is exactly right.
Here's the question: which one is a crayon? I was like, oh no.
That's a trick question.
There are no crayons.
There is no spoon.
They'd never trust us with crayons or spoons.
No, I wouldn't trust you with any sort of implement.
No, mate. Neither would I.
You're lucky you got that mug.
I know, mate. Could you imagine? I could bosh someone with this, couldn't I? I could go bosh that handbag that was chasing me all that time.
I like to think that the mug is actually just filled, which is actually made of rubber, and it's filled with like some really benign, it's just water.
Dude, what is it with you and benign today?
Benign everything. Life is benign.
Right, I was about to say, well, you know what I could do? I could pour it into my lap to prove a point, but...
Is it hot?
I'm going to say maybe.
Because if it's hot, I demand, if it's hot, I demand you pour into your lap right now.
Ow, I think it might burn. What's that smell? Scalded testicles.
Scalded scrotum.
Delicious. It's the kind of thing they serve after scraping it off the road in fucking Australia.
I could see that happening, yeah. Oh, mate, you want some scalded scrotum?
Oh,
Yeah, I suppose so. Oh, yeah. Because I always those phone names. I think they're just here to trick us.
Yeah, I think so, mate. What can they get the crazy foreign bastard to eat?
What can we convince the Poms of this time?
As it.
Yeah.
So, mate, they eat some proper crazy shit over in them foreign countries, and then all the people in the old foreign countries are like, they're sat there with their ham sandwiches and their cups of tea or something.
But then the British person walks in, they quickly hide it all away and bring out some random prepared stuff they had earlier.
That's it. Like, I don't know, sheep's eyeball and, I don't know, donkey testicle.
Yeah, we are talking about Australia. I don't think they're that crazy. I mean,
oh, come on.
The only thing that I know Australians eat is shrimps on barbies, as far as that's all their entire diet.
Wait, they eat the shrimps on the barbies?
Yeah.
They only have it if it's on the barbies, and they won't take it off. So they're going to eat the shrimp and the barbie, or
no? They have to. The barbies are cooking them. It's like eating stuff off plates. So that's fine. The trouble is, if they have if there's a gas shortage, or if it's raining outside, which I'm pretty sure Australia doesn't happen very often, they starve.
Rain in Australia?
It happens. Parts of Australia get snow.
Don't lie to me.
No. They get some parts of Australia more snow than we do.
I don't believe you. I'm going to contact my mates in Australia who I swear are real. And they'll probably go, what the fuck are you on about? Water falling from the sky? I was like, yeah, rain. You guys keep telling me there's a massive fireball up there, but I think you're full of shit. And they'll be like, yeah.
I also want to say that for all our international listeners, of which there are probably none, we once got another sort of once in a half decade experience this year. For 2 days, we had snow.
Was it only 2 days?
It happened on one day, and then we had like a second day it snowed. Then it hung around for a couple of days, and then it rained and went away.
That sucked balls, man. Driving in that, like, just licked nuggets, and not in a fun way.
That's why I worked from home that week. That was great.
You smart ass. At least you could stay at home.
Well, it wasn't all great because I was in the cabin. The cabin is insulated, but not that well insulated. So I was wearing thermals, a shirt, a dressing gown. I had the heater next to me and a blanket over both of us, which is against the rules according to the label on the heater.
I was about to say, wait, you had a blanket over the heater. What was the heater feeling cold? You sat there in the corner shivering.
I was sat next to the heater, but then I put the blanket over the heater and myself, so it's all guided the heat across me.
Yeah, you were trying to do the old I've gone and forgot what the table is in Japan with the thing over it and the heater underneath it. You know, the thing, the Japanese heat box table.
Right.
thing.
I'll take your word for it.
That one.
Yeah, hands were cold, so they were numb, so typing was a bit of a pain. But I suppose like it's either this or risk getting stuck in the road for 2 hours.
Look, you're lying. You don't type. You've got AI. And getting stuck in the road.
I have to type a prompt, I'll have you know.
What, can't you just dictate to it? Can't you be
No.
a dictator?
No.
I'm above everyone else. I dictate my prompts.
Yeah, something like that. I did have some excitement though when I went to work on Friday. Proper flood in the road. Like proper flood.
Proper flood.
You know, highways.
As opposed to one of them, like, made in China floods. Or
Well,
something.
sometimes people say, "Oh, it's flooded." They mean it's got a slight layer of water on the road that you can it's like half a centimetre deep.
Yeah.
This one was, highway nurseries.
Yeah.
So basically, the road was so flooded, the only way to get past it was go on the outside their entrance. I had to go the opposite side of the carriageway. It was the only way you get past it. I mean, beyond the box junction side of the carriageway to get past it. It was that badly flooded that it was overflowing on the dikes and everything. And the next day, I went past it the next day, and there was like a load of like serious-looking workmen with diggers and stuff. So it looks like they're
serious workmen as opposed to the normal workmen where there's like 10 of them around a hole.
These weren't council workmen. They were actually doing stuff.
Oh right, okay, sorry.
Yeah. So
you didn't make that clear, Ram. I weren't sure.
That's what that's what I'm about. Serious workmen. You've got council workmen and serious workmen.
The people who actually do the job.
Yeah, the ones who get, if they don't work, don't get paid. Those ones. So,
oh, blimey.
So they were out there and they were like, there must have been a block culvert, as well, I can assume. But yeah, it was quite exciting. I say exciting. It was frustrating because it made me take an extra half hour into my journey into Norwich, which was not what I wanted.
Just how horrible it was to be you.
Oh, it was. I tell you what, I don't know how people. I don't know how I cope sometimes day to day. I just don't. People think they've got problems in the world. They haven't tried walking in my shoes for a day.
I mean, Ram's got to
working
get
from
up.
home, being slightly cold, and having to get a slight delayed into work on a day. I mean, they just don't get it. They just don't get it.
You have to go outside your door to your car. You risk being ambushed by people. You then have to drive in all kinds of weather, wet usually.
I mean, the car's no great thing either. It's got a heated seat, but it's just slightly too warm. So you have to switch off and on.
Right. Okay. So 1 minute it's too cold, and then he gets a heated seat. It's like, oh mate, no, it's too hot.
No, the heated seat. It's slightly too hot. And so it's just uncomfortably, just slightly on the edge of uncomfortableness. So it has to be switched off occasionally.
Can you? Are you supposed to be able to set that yourself?
They see this is where one of the ways that Renault cut corners and save money. That the heated seat in my car. No, heated seat in my car is on or off. There are no levels.
So does it not just go on? Tick, 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 off, cools down to a certain temperature? Or is that being too smart?
It goes on, too hot, too hot, too hot, then it switches off. It gets beyond comfortably hot. I'm assuming that Renault assumed old people were going to be driving my car, and old people feel the cold more, so it goes slightly beyond what's actually comfortable for normal humans.
I mean, you're nearly there, Ram.
I'm getting close. I mean, last year I started doing work in the garden voluntarily.
That's what I'm saying, mate. Give it another couple months.
Last year I went to a garden centre voluntarily 3 times.
Great.
To buy stuff. Yeah.
I don't know if I like where this conversation's going, mate.
And all times I bought plants. I literally went past, that's a nice plant, I'm going to have that. 3 times, and that's how I know I'm gradually working my way into sort of like middle age.
Mate, I don't know. I think you might already be there.
I think I'm sort of skirting around the drain of middle age at the moment. I'm sort of like, it's inevitable. It's inevitable I'm going to go down, but I'm just sort of lightly on the edge.
So once the seat becomes bearable, you're there. Is that it?
Yeah.
So is that what we're going to check? Like every couple of weeks, it's going to be
Skazz,
how's the seat?
Right, Skazz, I hate to break this to you. I won't come to lie. This year, I have been putting on the heating overnight slightly, rather than saying how's cool right down. Yeah. last couple of years, like, oh, it's overnight, I'll be in bed, I'll have the heating off, and if it gets a bit cold, it's fine. I used to, last year, when I got up in the morning, if it was cold, I was like, I'm going to go work in a few minutes, it doesn't matter, I'll get some stuff on. Now, the heating is set to keep it not cold, but it's all like, just over, and
Ram,
it automatically comes on.
Please tell me you haven't got your heating set to the Bahamas mode.
Oh no. So doing the sort of like, at the moment it's set. I have it set to a nice comfortable 21.
20 fucking 1?
That is a scientific temperature of room temperature. So I'm sticking with science here.
Bahamas, mate.
No, Bahamas is like 23.
Fuck that.
So so I will point out, I do have an elderly greyhound who does feel the cold.
Oh yeah, the fucking doggo can have as much heat as she wants. I mean, though,
she's her bottom is currently leaning against the radiator. It must be burning, but she's happy and she's sound asleep next to me as we speak.
Okay. No, all right. 21. I'll let you have it. For the doggo. But you, not having it. Nope.
No.
Just no.
Well, you see, here's the thing: I thought myself last year. I looked at the balance in the heater for my heater. I've got a huge balance in my heating because I just paid a lot. It's like, why the fuck am I going to be cold? No, I'm going to have the heating on.
And then he had a look at it after he had the heating on and went, "Oh shit, where's all that money going?"
No, it's actually not too bad. You forget it's a small building and it's well insulated, so it doesn't take a lot to heat it, fortunately. But now, you see in the morning now, I've got it set up now, so when my alarm goes off in the morning, when I stop it, it automatically opens my bedroom curtains, puts the heating on, and also switches on one of the main lounge lights, so it's like everything's all getting ready for me to get up.
Have you smart homed?
I'm fully smart homed here, yeah.
Oh my god, you psychopath.
Yeah, I'm well ready to be spied on.
Oh my god.
My house knows when I come home, it switches all the light, it switches the porch light on for me when I get home so I can see the door easily.
Ram, it's right in front of you. You should know where it is. You've been living there for years.
But it makes it a bit easier to see the light.
How did we get here? Jesus. Our grandparents would be going, what the fuck is wrong?
I have not had to touch my curtains for over a year because they've got motor on. They close and open, close themselves.
You installed smart curtains?
Yeah, I've got smart curtains, yeah. It's great.
What are you? I take it you're using Apple HomeKit, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Apple HomeKit, yeah.
So
yeah.
you don't do anything then? You just kind of wake up and all of a sudden everything's done for you.
So the
curtains... Do you wipe your own ass?
Well, unfortunately, there's no HomeKit B-Day as far as I'm aware. At least I've not come across one yet.
Not yet.
But
okay, I'll have to ask that one as well.
Yeah, but let's be honest. You've got those Japanese toilet seats, haven't they? I've always fancied one of them.
How's the heated seats, Ram? Oh, they're all right. Oh, so you got the fancy toilet as well now. Oh, yes.
Fancy toilet with a pressure washer attached.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, you got sort of gentle spritz and then full on Karcher K5. But yeah, my curtains automatically close themselves half an hour after sunset. And they open themselves 15 minutes before sunrise. That's the lounge curtains. Bedroom curtains close themselves automatically, but they don't open until I switch my alarm off. When I switch my alarm off to say I'm waking up, then they open automatically.
I'm not going to lie, man. I mean, clever, but to me, I'm like, what's the fucking point? My house is dark all the time. I opened the curtains today and I was like, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Why is it so dark? Everything open. I was like, I still can't see. I was like, I'm gonna have to turn on a fucking light. What's going on, man?
I mean, I still suffer from natural light issues. They still exist.
But at least you haven't got your place wired, so when you walk from one room to the next, the light turns on and off as you go between rooms.
Well, let's be honest. My house is so small that that's not really an issue.
You turn on our lights and the whole place is lit.
pretty much.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Ram?
I like my smart home. It's nice.
So what, his heating turns on, his curtains open up.
Smart.
When's he going to open the door for you? He walks up to his door with a fucking phone?
Actually, I am looking at a smart door lock that will unlock the house as I walk up to it, and I'm looking when I leave it. I'm looking at one of those.
Oh no.
So basically, I don't even have to. At that point, I won't even have to carry keys at that point anymore.
Well, that's we're getting ropey here.
Yeah.
We're trusting tech a little bit too much now. Woo!
Tech would never fail us. Tech is always reliable, never has exploits attached to it.
Never. No downtime.
Yeah.
Haven't you seen those things? 99.9% uptime, mate. It's like, yeah, no, I get that, but you know, what
I have my smart I've got my smart heating all set up as well. That bitches at me all the time. You've left it. You've opened a window. It's getting cold in here. It's like, yes, I know. Open the window. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Oh, Ram, no. Just no. It's like your phone starts getting notifications from your house. Why aren't you home yet?
Why aren't this late for?
So what the hell's going on? Oh yeah, don't worry, it's his wife. Ram's married. His house.
No, I already have a wife substitute, and it's small and ginger, as currently asleep on the floor.
Ah, well, there you go. There you go. Hence the heating, right?
She doesn't care about heating. She'd be quite happily sat. She would voluntarily, if I open the back door, she'd go sit outside all evening voluntarily outside. She likes being cold. She likes being outside.
Typical woman.
In the summertime, it's a fight to get her to come in of an evening. She would spend all night outside if she could. She'll just sit there and lay there asleep on the patio. It's like, that can't be comfortable.
Ram, this podcast is getting a bit ropey, mate. This is I mean, I knew things were different, but the gap is getting pretty. You know, he's got AI everywhere. He's got Internet of Things everywhere. He's got extra things for the Internet of Things.
Look, all I'm saying is my goal in life is to be full on Wally by the end of the year. By the end of the year,
just want to be sat in the bed and just cruising about watching TV.
Yeah, if I could somehow, yeah. I mean, I have also been looking into a robotic vacuum cleaner as well. So,
God, don't, because the wife wants one of those, and I'm like, love, it wouldn't survive in this house. Like, you'd find it and you'd be like, why is the floor so disgusting? And it's like, because the Hoover's been caught up in all the cables and that for the last fucking number of years, mate.
Yeah.
It's like green hell but full of fucking cables.
Oh, a survival game where you play household appliances, you have to survive in a human house without getting caught.
Terrifying.
That'd be amazing.
Getting stuck underneath the fucking sofa.
I could see you as a blender.
Pretty good. Pretty good. Do I get to hang out with the stupid family? Will it blend?
Look, the reason I see you as a blender is you're very helpful, you're very useful, but if anyone puts their hand too far into you...
Oh, mate, that's not a good description.
Metaphorically speaking, but if you're a blender, really speaking.
Well, if you stick your hand in a little too deep and they turn you on. Oh, mate. Delicious. Oh, mate, fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, let's be honest, I'd be some sort of fridge.
Fridge is good. Fridge is good.
Everybody likes a fridge. No one gets upset with fridges.
Unless they're empty.
But that's not the fridge's fault. That's misdirected. People get, freezers are
useful.
useful.
But what if you're a smart fridge?
Freezers are respected, but there's that there's people that's like, well, you shouldn't have anything frozen, it should all be fresh. And then the fridge comes in, you see. That's why no one ever gets upset for it. It's like, you'll never hear, if it was office supplies, no one ever gets angry about laminators. Laminators are like the key pinnacle of office supplies.
You do have a point. I've never heard anyone bitch out a laminator before.
Staplers?
I've heard people ask for one.
Look, let's be honest. If you had to pick one piece of office equipment, I'm not talking about computers, I'm talking about just general office equipment, and you had no choice but to pick one, and it's going to be your one key thing, you'd pick a laminator.
I suppose, yeah, it's pretty useful.
Very useful.
Yeah, will I have to deal with people, though?
No, you just get to pick it.
Because I was going to say, if I had to deal with people, and so I had to pick a piece of office equipment, but I also had to deal with people, I'd probably pick the stapler, just so I could staple things to people's head to get them to go away.
Yeah. But what about the stapler's more subtle cousin, the stapler remover? because they're small and tiny, and you can keep those hidden away, and you can
I'm
surprise people.
I'm gonna shank someone with it.
You can the stapler, they might see you coming, and they know. But a lot of people, but stapler and Meaver, they'll never see that coming. You got to think of these things. You've got to think of these things.
Starting to sound like a prison escape. Where are we hiding the office supplies?
That's the only thing I don't like about my new job is that it's all paperless, it's all computer based. So we don't have any office supplies. That
sounds awful.
It's very. I miss having pens and paper and just scribbling things down.
Well, yeah.
And then
you need to quickly make a note, but you can't get to the window that you need to put the thing in. I miss the
satisfaction of a shredder.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not as a laminator. It's not as good as a laminator, but a shredder is also quite. It could be a cost Crispin.
Hard copies, man. We need to bring it back.
I
know that we're all like, no, technology's great.
One piece of Crispin that can fuck right off.
The printer.
I was going to say the photocopier, but no. There you go. All-in-one printers. They can fuck. Yeah,
that's what that's what I'm getting at, mate. Yeah.
It's like you had a device that was already notoriously unreliable and broke all the time. Let's add 3 other things to it that makes it even more unreliable.
Yep. Fucking ape. I'm sorry, just no. But then again, some of our mates are still in work because then things keep breaking.
Well, yes, I've got a friend who services them for a living.
Yep. He'll never be out of a job.
he never will be out of a job because, as long as printers exist, as long as humanity is tied itself to paper, he'll never be out of a job.
Soon we will have the world that you want, Ram, where we never have to touch anything ever again because the computer just does it for you. You won't even have to work. It'll go, yep, Ram has clocked in, do his job for him.
I don't think I'll get away with programming an AI agent to replace me just yet. Give it another couple of years. I'll probably be
years.
Yeah.
You're being awfully optimistic.
But I'm not going to be a substitute just yet, I don't think.
We're getting AI to do everything fucking else.
Yeah, but do you know who's now? Yeah, but you say but do you see the news? Who's now decided to stop using AI? Dell. It's like Dell figured out that AI was a bad idea. Dell, who notoriously are making bad decisions, have figured out the AI is a problem.
Well, I don't know, mate. I'm starting to think maybe we should side with the AI now if Dell's against them, because Dell's always wrong.
Well, now you're now catch-22.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you do.
What are we going to do?
Well, I tell you what we could do. We could actually do what we're meant to be doing on this podcast.
What's that?
Discussing stuff that's nerd and game related.
Oh, shit.
Have you been up to anything?
Right. Bin off the AI, bin off the smart home stuff. Fuck it, guys. It's not nerdy enough. That's normal shit now.
Yeah, it is, yeah. Look, I'm going to edit all that out. People we've been going on for like 25 minutes. That bit's all gone. Don't worry about that.
That's gone, mate.
That's gone. That bit's all edited out. People are going to think, cool, the live stream's like an hour and a half long, but this podcast is 15 minutes. How's this happened?
That was all just set up, guys. It was all just set up. It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, all good. All good. So, over our lovely Christmas break, Skazz, were you up to anything?
Not really.
Oh, okay then. Right. Well, in that case.
Oh, no. So, you ever thought of playing some games? Well, no.
In the last 5 weeks, have you thought about... sorry, not 5 weeks. When did I put...
Careful.
Yeah, 3 and a bit weeks.
Cut!
Have you thought about playing games last 3 weeks?
Press star to continue. Well, actually, I did pick a little something up, even though I said I weren't going to pick games up. I picked up, really random, a Commodore 64 Mini Black Edition.
Okay.
What's one of those? You know, like the NES Mini, the Super Nintendo Mini, the Mega Drive Mini, all those little mini consoles that came out like a decade ago?
Yeah, the sort of modern re-release of classic consoles, basically.
Yeah, the emulation stuff that
Yeah.
everyone could just do on a Raspberry Pi.
I bought my
and
sister a Sega Mega Drive version.
mate, great call. My boy's got one of those. Absolutely loves it. Well, I got the Commodore 64 version of that, which normally I wouldn't do because I'm really against emulating home computers. It's like, why? Okay. I grew up in a time of the microcomputer, the 80s microcomputer, home computer boom. Fucking type in the thing, press play on tape, wipe your ass on it. Great, lasts forever, fantastic.
You must have different computer to what I had.
Yeah, probably.
Did you have to buy proprietary toilet paper?
I did, yes.
Oh,
yes.
fair enough, yeah.
Yeah, it was that some of that thermal stuff.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
I don't like emulating these things because they all had kind of wonky keyboards. And by wonky keyboard, I mean like they'd all have random function keys all kind of dotted about. And so if you're going to emulate these things on a modern keyboard, you get to be like, shit, where was that key that does the thing that I need it to do to get to the next bit? Right? Because what if the emulator hasn't auto-mapped it to a standard keyboard, for example? Or if it's a command or whatever that isn't normally on a modern-day keyboard? That kind of thing drives me nuts. There's only been, I think to this point, there are 2 of those little home emulation things that do home computers right, where they actually have the keyboard that the system was designed to use. Because like the ZX Spectrum, for example, had like loads of little shortcut keys you had to press to get their basic to work. It's like press this key, then that key, and then you can press this key, and then it will type in 3 letters. And you're like, or I could just type it, but whatever. It's from is it Retro Games Limited, and they released the Spectrum, and that has a keyboard on it, and then they did the C64, which is a full-on bread bin sized Commodore 64 with a functional keyboard on it. This Mini doesn't have that keyboard on it, and I thought it was really going to get on my nerves. The emulator is quite well set up. It's just got one of them little carousel modes on it. So you just kind of click through with your little joystick and you press the game and it loads up and it's accelerated so you don't have to wait for anything to load into memory. Like, when you had to press play on tape, wait a couple of minutes, load up the like splash screen, then you'd have to wait for it to load. Because obviously that first bit was just loading in the splash screen and some music to keep you entertained whilst it was loading the rest of the thing. None of that.
Please tell me there's a mode you can switch on just for lols.
Well, so you can go into basic mode. So you can actually get the old blinking cursor prompt on it. So you can still code on it. You can type on it. You can do all that stuff. I don't know if on this specific version, though, you can turn off the accelerated, like the fast boot thing or the fast loader. I haven't seen it. But, so the thing with this one, which is pretty neat. One, it's got USB-C on it. All of the prior versions of the C64 had micro USB. Please, can we get rid of that fucking cable? I don't carry micro USB for anything other than my PlayStation Vita. Get rid of it. Actually, it's kind of an alright cable, but still. It's running on USB-C, 720p HD out, 720p HD. HD ready. It's HD ready. It's not HD, but whatever. 50 and 60 hertz mode for PAL and NTSC. Most Commodore games were European, so 50 hertz for that one. Slap it into basic mode, and you can write code using Commodore Basic. You can plug in a memory stick into the side, and you can then load any game you want off of the memory stick from the Commodore library. So it supports a whole bunch of disk images. Or any code you write, you can save to the memory stick. It's surprisingly cool. I haven't tried the basic mode yet where you're typing away on it because I just haven't. But I can't believe how well Commodore 64 stuff actually holds up these days. And it's not nostalgia talking, right? And you're going to go, how is it not nostalgia talking? The Black Edition doesn't come with any classic Commodore games on it. So what's it got on it then? It's got a whole bunch of recent indie, like, homebrew games. So if you go to a website like itch.io, you can still buy Commodore 64 games. You can still buy ZX Spectrum games. And you can either play them in an emulator or you can play them on an actual Commodore 64. But what Retro Games Limited have done with this specific version is load it up with 25 new, or at least over like the last decade or so, games for you to play. If you add up the value of the licenses, it basically comes up to the value of the console. So if you were to go out and buy these games separately, the system would cost about the same, or maybe just a bit less for the system. But I was thinking to myself, why buy the classic Commodore, the beige box bread bin, which has all your old games fueled by nostalgia, when you can load all of those up off of a memory stick anyway? They're freely available because no one knows who has half of the licenses. Right, so you just go and download a Commodore 64 disk image. So you'll have all of the retro games if you want them. But on this particular version, you get some really cool new stuff. And the new stuff is really fucking good. Like, they've really pushed the system. Commodore 64 music's fantastic. Standard kind of 8-bit graphics. But there are games like Metroid-style clones, Mario World-style clones. And what I mean is like Metroidvania-style kind of action platformer shooters, platform games, puzzle games. There's loads of different stuff on there, all using kind of better known techniques, because obviously way back in the day, a lot of games were written in BASIC or whatever. They were quite kind of sluggish. As people started to learn the tricks of the hardware, they got more and more out of it. And while these games are made like prime time, everyone knows all the tricks now. They're all nicely documented. You can just go, oh, well, I need to do this. Here's how to do it. Kind of done with bust it open. Kind of like when you buy a console, the first games that come out on it, they usually suck. Because they don't know how to work it yet. They haven't quite got that groove for it.
Well, you look at perfect example, like you look at an early PS2 game to a late PS2 game, they're like miles apart in quality. Yeah,
night and day. Like, you're like, oh my god, how did we go from this to this? And so, well, they learned all the tricks of the hardware, all the things that it could do, all the things it couldn't do, and all of the little glitchy things you could get it to do to push it harder than you probably should have done.
Yeah.
Most of these games kind of fit into that category. I'd say probably the wonkiest part of it is the joystick. Because obviously the joystick is like an ambidextrous single stick micro switch dealio.
Yeah.
So whilst it looks like you've got loads of buttons to do things, well, it's ambidextrous in it. So the two buttons on the front of your stick, like let's say it's a stick and two buttons on the front, they're both button one. Because it doesn't care which hand you put it in.
Yeah, it sounds mostly the joysticks we had with our Amiga. That was, I remember those.
Did you ever have, was it the Bug? Do you remember that controller? I always talk about this controller like everyone else knows about it, but it's like a little kind of like insect-shaped thing, like a beetle, with a stick coming out of the back, and then like the eyes with the buttons, and you could literally just nicely palm grip it and just...
If we did, I don't remember it.
So amazing.
The joysticks we had with our Amiga was very simplistic. We had a green one, which was mine, and a pink one, which was my sister's. And it was, like you say, it was a four-way joystick, four-way micro joystick, and then just two buttons that were in a really awkward position to press them. Yeah, because they were at the front of the joystick, but in front of the actual stick itself, rather than on your side of the stick.
Yeah.
Very similar to what you've got there. I mean, well, not as fancy looking.
Yeah. And this is basically modelled on one of the classic Commodore 64 sticks. I mean, I quite like it, but obviously it looks like there's loads of buttons, but only two of them are
Yeah.
functional buttons, right? Or like there's, you've got fire button 1, fire button 1. They're both the same button, and then you've got your regular kind of square gate stick. It's not actually gated at all, to be honest with you. It's just like empty, like bare micro switches, so you're just kind of bashing onto the switch. But there's no button for, like, say, jump.
No.
Like, you've got action button, so jump will be up. Pick up might be down. And so it's just trying to kind of get used to doing that again.
Yeah.
Because once we moved to controllers with more buttons, we got more refined controls.
Yeah.
We got more accurate controls. It was a lot easier to do more complicated things. But the modern games work surprisingly well with it.
Well, if you give yourself a limitation, you work within that limitation, you're going to exploit it to the best.
Yeah. But I was just so surprised with it because, like I said, I would normally not do it because of the lack of keyboard.
Yeah,
I'm yet to come up to anything where I will have issues with it. I think you can use other USB control pads on it, so you could actually get a pad for it if you wanted to. I think you can remap those too. I'm not entirely sure how to go about that. Yeah. I know the full fat bread bin one with the keyboard on it, you could map the control pad, or I don't know if that was just if you had a specific pad that they sell, that it was like pre-mapped kind of thing. But
yeah,
I'm pretty sure there is a way that you can modify config files on it, on the memory stick, if you put one in there to say, on this game, use these controls kind of thing. But I just thought it didn't piss me off in a way I thought it was. So it surprised me, which kind of just made me happy. I've not had that with a piece of gaming hardware in a long time. Near enough everything I've done in the last few years, games-wise, has been disgustingly overhyped. And so by the time you get to use it, it's an utter disappointment. Or maybe that's just me. Like, most games I play these days, like, oh yeah, this is the best thing since sliced bread. And you play it and you're like, oh, this is mid. Like, what the fuck is this about?
Yeah.
You've been so overhyped. You look at all of the bits and go,
this is my kind of rule when it comes to games, is I tend to avoid following gaming forums, press stuff, because you just particularly like forums or subreddits, stuff like that, because it goes in round circles and people just over-egg each other on.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. This is what I think goes wrong with TV shows, in that nearly all TV shows, it's almost a universal rule that any major TV show, when it gets to the end of the season, the end of the series, it's a finale, everybody absolutely hates it.
Yep.
There have been a few exceptions, but in general they hate it. The reason is they spend all their time over-egging each other. It's going to be amazing, it's going to be amazing, it's going to be amazing. They come up with all their theories of what's going to happen. Now, and then you'll call this horrific catch-22. If the theories prove true, everybody goes, well, that was super predictable, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's predictable and how boring.
Yeah, if the theories are not true, why did they go, that was fucking stupid, this idea would have been much better, and so forth.
Yeah.
There are a lot of shows that have end of seasons which aren't that bad, but get absolutely hammered. My biggest one is Game of Thrones. It got absolutely hammered for its last season. And how are people who probably have never watched it? It wasn't that bad. It wasn't great. It wasn't amazing. But finished the story up, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
And a lot of the criticisms people had about it were, frankly, you haven't watched the show closely enough. Same thing happened to, back in the day, Battlestar Galactica. People hated the finale. These shows that are ultra popular can never ever end. They're very unlikely to be able to have a good finale that people are going to like. Yep. And the same is true of gaming. I mean, look at Cyberpunk. Okay, Cyberpunk was broken when it came out. We can't disagree with that. It was broken fundamentally when it came out. A lot of problems when it came out, but it was nowhere near as bad as people made out was.
I agree.
You would swear though, from reading online, that it was basically completely unplayable and was running at 2 frames per second.
I've got an unpopular opinion.
What?
A very unpopular opinion, right? So you know, Edge Runners, the TV show came out for Cyberpunk, and that was the thing that kind of reignited Cyberpunk. It basically jump started Cyberpunk and got everyone kind of back into the game.
Yeah.
And they came up with the big update, the Edge Runners update, and all that, and they tweaked all the
skill tree stuff.
And, yeah, all the skill trees and stuff. I didn't like it.
What, the change?
I didn't like it.
I've not tried it
how it was.
I've not tried it yet, so I don't know what they've changed. I've not tried it myself.
I mean, it's not a huge deal. It really isn't. But I was just like, I don't think it was that. Like everyone's like, oh yeah, the game is so good now. It's like, but I really enjoyed it before.
Yeah.
Like I didn't need you to do all this stuff.
The game wasn't that bad before. It was not that bad. It had its problems. But way over-egged, and it became the butt of jokes for way too long. Because and I thought, I bet half people making these jokes have never played it.
I'd almost guarantee it. I guarantee it.
So same. So yeah, my best advice is just let it all wash over you. Don't get hyped about things.
I try my best, in honesty, to avoid all gaming media if I can help it.
Yes.
Like, I don't like it when my friends link me trailers, because one of my mates was he was desperately shoving Death Stranding 2 trailers in my face, like, constantly. He loves Death Stranding, right? Yeah. It's an alright game. It's pretty good, right? And I actually pre-ordered, hate to say it, I pre-ordered Death Stranding 2. I still haven't launched it. He kept linking me trailers. I was like, dude, stop it, because if I start to see any story beats, I'm one, going to be looking out for it. Two, I'll already be dissecting the story.
Yeah.
Like, just stop it. I want to go in there completely blind. I don't want to know what any of the new mechanics are. I don't want to know what any of the new characters. I don't want to know any of the new environments. I don't want to know. Yeah. I want to go in blind. And sometimes, though, it's so hard these days to go into a game blind.
Yeah.
Because everyone just starts banging on. And they're usually banging on about it for something that's completely irrelevant to the game.
Yeah.
I know I've beaten Stellar Blade to death on this one, but all people were talking about was how it was anti-woke brigade. And I was like, who cares? The game's shit.
Yeah.
You're all like talking about it like it's the second coming of fucking Christ, just because it's got a little fucking Korean chick with a shiny ass. Like,
whoop-de-fucking do.
Where's the rest of it? The story's fucking mid. The gameplay's atrocious. Like, it's not good. But they're like, yeah, this game was amazing. Oh, coolest thing ever. It's like, where are you looking, guys?
Yeah.
But, hey, what do I know?
Wow. Well, perhaps I could talk about a cool fucking thing.
Yeah,
then.
man, go for it.
So I have been playing over Christmas, and we discussed this on our podcast before Christmas. I have been playing the System Shock 2 remaster.
Oh fuck! How did it go?
Do you know what? I am still playing through it. I think I'm about 80% of the way through. Because it's one of those old school games that just seem to go on forever. But
then it ends really quickly though.
Yeah, probably. So I think I'm now getting to the stage of the final act. I think as well. I get a feeling everything's sort of ramping up. It's definitely feeling that's when I'm getting to the stage of the final act. But I suspect that I'm not as far through as well, because again, all these old school games where, okay, it's going to be this final act now, great, okay. Oh, you now need to do 20 things now to complete this last bit.
Yeah.
It's like, so...
The first 5 are like half an hour long. Part 6 is like 10 hours.
Yeah. So it's not true. Is a remaster of the System Shock 2 from, they remastered System Shock 1. Yeah. That came out in 2023, I believe.
Oh, was it that long ago then?
It's not that long ago, 2022, 2023, around about that time.
I remember when they announced that. It looked amazing. I
played it not long after it came out, and I didn't play it I didn't play it obviously this year. I didn't play it last year, so I think I played it in like 2024, 23, 24.
Out there, 1 second. I understand what I just said. It looked amazing and got really hyped and psyched for it, even though we just said don't do that. But
and it was a very yeah, exactly. And it was a very faithful recreation of the first game. Like the levels, obviously the first game, I think the big thing is between the first game and second game have not changed. First game is like very like Doom-esque sort of style graphics, very basic, very sort of 2D. This one was obviously 3D, so it's a bit more of an upgrade. This is not true. Obviously, this is not true itself was 3D, but blocking terrain environments like your quakes and so forth. So this one, they've done a really nice job of remastering the game, but they've not fucked around with it too much.
They basically rebuilt it, didn't they?
Yeah, it still feels like you're playing a game from the 90s, which is what it's a bit more polished. It looks a little bit better, but it still feels they've not gone overtly and like completely rebuild the game from scratch and made it all like modern and flash looking. It still feels like you're playing a game from the 90s.
They've not made it where you press one button and the game plays itself.
Yeah, basically, you know how like all the environments are basically, can we make it with cubes? Yes. Can we have some angled stuff there occasionally? You can have some triangular bits, yes, in there occasionally. Can we have spheres? Only if they're not very spear-like.
Oh yeah, man, because fucking that shit's expensive, or it was back in the day.
It's that sort of style. Even like all like the sort of Commodore terminals all look very sort of reminiscent at the time. They're better. They're definitely higher res, but everything still feels like enough to fool you to thinking you are playing a nostalgic game. It's a bit like watching someone doing a film using old style film techniques, not using any modern CGI and stuff, and just using like models and stuff. It's modern, but it feels old. Because of that, it doesn't feel quite as big a leap from like, because I have played System Shock 2, the original. It doesn't feel quite as much of a leap, but it still feels like a remaster. But I'm kind of glad. I want that feel because it's very nostalgic. I have a soft spot for those games where you're like running around levels that, as you say, are basically boxes, because they couldn't render like really fancy curves in here and stuff. And when you got to bit that had like some sort of fancy stuff in it, it looked really amazing because that was also like their big centerpiece. And it's like, oh, this is gonna be quite small because the rendering power isn't here. But it feels like that, and the gameplay even like the tile sequence feels very old school and so forth. They've not fucked with it, is what I like. But they've remastered it, but they've like let's keep it as close as we can to the original, not like the upcoming, I don't know if it's been released yet or if it's still upcoming, the Deus Ex remaster, which the screenshots look fucking awful of.
Don't, because when they say Deus Ex remaster, I'm like, no. And when they said Max Payne, my heart sank. Like there's a Max Payne remake coming out, and I'm like, oh no.
You see, these guys, the studio that makes this, they get it. They get it. I mean, even when you load the game up, it loads up like, their like little logo bit, but then loads up the Looking Glass Studios logo and like and it's the original one, the really old school. That I can't describe it. There was like a time where they had 3D graphics, but they were really rough looking. And they looked amazing at the time, a bit like sort of like Fallout 1 sort of like 3D bits. We had the characters, sort of 3D characters they had. When you got a conversation, they looked like really, they're 3D, but they were like really basic 3D. And it's real good fun. I'm playing. I said the remaster is great. Gameplay wise, it's I would say less intense than the first one. The first one was really intense. This feels like more relaxed. It feels like you could just tell how they've evolved the game as they played it on. It's more laid back's not the right term. It's more like they've tried to sort of like make it more open to different type play styles. So you start the game, you have a choice. You basically start your Navy recruit. You go on the Von Braun, which is going to be this spaceship that's going to go into deep space, the first fast light spaceship humanity's ever built, and you're going to be going on it. But you start it by joining for the military, and you can like choose a military branch to go down. There's like the Marines, and that obviously increases your like weapon skills. There's like a sort of just general Navy, which is like all your techie stuff. And there's like operations, which is like sort of psyops and stuff, because this game's got psychic powers in it. It's one of its sort of big things. I went Navy, which I think most people did. What I quite like about it is the way you build your character is you basically have to go through 3 tours of duty before you actually get into the actual main game, and you have to basically. It's the weirdest military in the world because you get to choose where you do your tour of duty. And it could be like, okay, I'm
The
gonna,
local Starbucks.
yeah, it's like, okay, right, yeah, well, welcome, soldier. You can pick where you're going to go, and you don't get told where you're going to pick. It's the most laid-back military ever. So you might say, okay, I'm going to go to like this remote planet on the sort of like edge of sort of like the sort of known space. It's a really harsh environment and so forth, but it will increase like my physical skills because it's a harsh environment. So I'm going to be working on like doing stuff, or I go spend time like as an apprentice working like an engine room of a spaceship, so I can learn all tech stuff, and that builds your basic stats. And then from there you finally get deployed to the Von Born, and you wake up from cryostasis, everything's gone to shit like the first game, and then you have to find out what's gone on and what's happened to the ship, what they've encountered. And from there, the ship itself, the sort of level game itself is designed to make it feel like the ship is a very real place. So you are going from deck to deck, and each deck is designed to sort of like feel logical and sort of laid out. It is still, when you look at the maps, it's still definitely a level being a level. There's sort of like dead space which doesn't go anywhere, but you can go down to like the engineering deck on the base ship, and you go right to the bottom of the ship, and there's like these big windows you can just look out into space where you're at the bows of the ship, and you can go through like sort of the 6 decks of the ship and gradually work your way up to like sort of the bridge level and so forth. And so you start on medical deck, which is deck 2, and then you have to sort of work your way through the ship to work out what's going on and basically work out how to escape and survive. Your real goal is just to survive and get out. It does hold your hand slightly more than the first one. So the first one basically gave you like, here are your 3 objectives, off you go.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. This one, there are objectives, they just keep record of them, and they are a bit more guided. However, there's no like quest markers, there's no like mini map guiding you there. It's like, okay, so I'll give you an example. I had to, last night I got a bit where it said, right, you need to go perform this override in the command center on operations deck. And I was going around for ages trying to figure out where, because I was on the top deck of the ship, where like the command deck. And it took me ages to realise, oh shit, this is the command deck, not the operations deck. And I had to walk back, like go back down like through a certain level. So you have to do a bit of like back and forth across the ship, sort of like levels. I had to go down sort of like back to the operations deck, because you start at deck 2, then goes all down to deck 1, then there's deck 3, then 4, then 5, then finally get to deck 6. So it does sort of follow semi-logically. But it's like, oh, I need to go to the operations deck, go back there. Okay, well, look at my map. Oh, where's the command deck? Oh, there's the command center. I need to go there. So you're sort of going back and forth around the ship, working your way around it. So it does require you to sort of like think about it a little bit. It tells you what you need to do, but doesn't hold your hand the whole way, which I think is probably the sort of right balance. Because the trouble with like the old, here's your objectives, off you go, is if you then go away for like a week, you forgot what you're doing.
Yeah.
This was like,
well, I mean, I remember, sorry, to cut you off, but I remember System Shock 1 being so not helpful in that, as you say, you just kind of get dumped somewhere. You've got no idea what you're doing. You don't really know what any of the controls or anything are unless you open up like a menu or whatever. It was one of those games where it's like, keep the manual at hand because you're probably going to need it. And, and I'm talking like original System Shock, not so much the remake. But
well, to be fair, the remake didn't change that.
And it was just so, oh my God, look, I actually have to think.
Yeah. But it's so nice playing an old school game. It's got a grid inventory. I love a grid inventory. You are and you will be making tough choices, because like any weapon takes up 3 spaces in your grid inventory, which doesn't sound a lot, but your grid inventory is like probably got about like 18 spaces total, maybe a bit more than that actually, but it takes up a lot of space. So having a select, and you do need weapons, so having a selection, you have to be a little bit like, okay, I really don't need this. I mean, I found my lovely laser rapier sword, and I've been using a wrench up to that point. So as soon as I could unlock the laser rapier sword, I got rid of the wrench, because all your weapons and stuff, they all have like skill limits and so forth. So like the laser sword, you can't use until you have like energy skill 4. So you have to like put energy into it. And the way you upgrade your characters, you get these like what do they call them? I've not paid attention to what they're called. I think they're called modules. I think they're called. which is basically like, I think the idea is like you're cybernetic, so you're basically upgrading software. And these modules allow you to upgrade the software, and so these will also upgrade your skills. So you basically you saw like 4 tech trees are. You've got your base stats, which is like strength, psi power, agility, endurance. You have tech skills, which are things like hacking, repairing, because your weapons wear out. The more you use them, they wear out. And you have to repair them. You can modify weapons as well to like improve their effectiveness. You have what's the other one? It's hacking, modify, repair, cybernetics, which is like related to hacking, that's sort of skills. I can't remember the 2 tech ones they have. You have your weapon skills. You've got your standard, your heavy, energy weapons, exotic weapons. So obviously, again, control your skill for that. And then you have your size skills. To be honest, I haven't really used the size skills. They're quite expensive, so I'm not really that cyclically powered up. I've been pouring my stuff into my other stats, so I've definitely gone more tech. Would you believe it, Skazz? I've gone for the tech-focused stack, which means I'm good at hacking things. Would that surprise you? Would it surprise you?
No way, dude.
That's clearly surprised you. I know it's not my usual method of playing these games. Of course, it's got hacking stuff in it, and it has this weird interface because you have like, I can't really call it. You have like sort of like the interacting interface, like the normal interface, which basically means is when you go up to something, you bring up your like inventory, you can't like sort of look around and stuff. It's sort of like open, but the game's still playing in the meantime. You have to sort of switch between the two. Most games afterwards wouldn't bother with defining the difference. It's just like, well, that's just what it is. Figure it out. This game just sort of try and make a difference. But you pick up your weapons. You can modify your weapons, not like adding things on. Instead, there's a modified button that basically upgrades them, like upgrades on level 1 or level 2, which might give you like better clip size, improve the damage, and so forth. It's not like you can add mods onto them and so forth. You can like hack like security stuff. So you'll find like security terminals around, which if you hack them, basically switches off all security for a while. Including if you get a certain upgrade, makes it so that robots are blind to you. There's a lot of robots, so if you hack security, robots can't see you. And if you get a certain upgrade, I think it was an upgrade. Yes, it was an upgrade. And because the trouble is, this game took me so long to work my through it, Skazz. This was something I did right at the start, and I'm trying to remember back to what I did. Because you also have like they call these OS upgrades, which are like one-off, permanent upgrades, very powerful upgrades, but there's like 4 in total. And once you pick them, that's it. You can't change them. Right. And I think the first one I picked was the one that basically made robots would be blind to me when I've hacked security. So if I come across a load of big, nasty military and robots, I quickly run back, hack security, and I just go and whack them because they don't respond to you if you hit them. So you like just whack them, destroy them all.
Should be noted, if this sounds like complicated, it is literally because you were given the freedom to do as you wanted to do.
Yeah.
But System Shock and System Shock 2 also come from a time where finishing a game wasn't guaranteed. Whereas games these days are like, here's a nice box of crayons, you've started the game, if you keep playing, you'll finish it. Older PC games were like, if you can't figure it out, tough.
Yeah. And this is the game of early internet, which means, well, you need to basically if you had dial-up internet, you might be able to check out game FAQs as basically your sort of limit to what you could do. I remember going online and downloading game FAQs and tracking stuff down and sort of working out how to get through walkthroughs and stuff, and then having to try and work out what the person's walkthrough actually meant, which is always a bit of a challenge. With some people also very not very good at describing things, but yeah, so you could upgrade, so you modify your weapons, you can hacking is very simple, straightforward. You basically get like a grid of nodes, and some will be red. You don't click the red ones, like sets the alarm off, but there'll be nodes that are like sort of a whitish colour, and if you click on those, they link together. If you get 3 in a row, like a connect 3, and they've got to be in a row, they can't be like at a right angle. If you get those, then you'll successfully hack. And basically your hacking skill just improves the odds of getting those nodes in the right order so you can hack. It doesn't like make it guaranteed. So you can still get screwed over. Hacking costs money. You have like nanites, which cost money to hack. Well, there's plenty of them around. I mean, I've got like 1,500 now, so I'm not sure. And you don't pick. I want to say that sounds a lot. Usually, when you're picking them up, you're picking up maybe 5 to 10 at a time. So I've got like 1,500 in the bank.
So what stuff are you trying to use sparingly though? There's got to be that one thing that you're like, I don't want to use that yet.
I am very sparingly on ammunition. Because the weapons get degraded when you use them, but your melee weapons don't. So I am, where possible, going in with sword, like trying to get a drop. I've basically one of the AOS upgrades I've got allows me to see. It basically does two things. One, as soon as you go into an area, it shows you the whole map. Two, it shows you where the enemies are. So I use that basically to do ambush tactics. So I've got my sword, and I'll basically sneak. Not so much sneak up. It's not really like a stealth type game. You can sneak up on enemies, but it's not like the main focus of the game. But I'll use it to try and work out where they are, and then just sort of like whack them with a sword and take them down with a sword. There's like one episode called these cyborg assassins, which were meant to be like the tough ones, but I think the first time I found one, I just snuck up on and just whacked him with my laser sword like twice and killed him, and got the bits I needed off him. So I'm being very cautious of using. There are very few times when I've had to always resort to weapons. There are a few enemy types you have to. There's like these protocol droids, which have been took out. Because basically the idea is the ship, you wake up on the ship and the computer has gone mad. But like the same, it very much as the first game. The computer Xerxes has just gone mad. He's not like the first game with Showdown, where Showdown was very antagonistic and was a proper sentient AI and believed himself to be a god and was just constantly berating you and searching you. Xerxes is just like, he's gone mad, but he's like still like, it feels more like a chat GPT type AI. He's got all this power to do things and he's working off it, but I don't really think he understands what it's doing. It's just like been corrupted, as it were. And
it's a logical choice, even if it means you're not doing a good thing. Yeah,
it's been corrupted and it's doing stuff, but it doesn't really. I don't feel that Xerxes really understands what's doing. Whereas Shodan understood, or at least had more personality. Xerxes doesn't, and he will try. I mean, he'll still do feel like Saul that sets security alarms off you. If he sees you, he'll send the security after you and so forth. But you definitely feel this. It's very different personality type, which I quite appreciate. I wish it's reminiscent of the first game, but they've not like completely gone down the same route as the first game. So working your way around, killing things, working your way through the ship. There are sort of like little objects you have to complete along the way. There's like a big twist about 3-4 hours in, which I won't spoil. But anyone who's played it, it's a classic game. Anyone who's played it, you'll know what the twist is. It's because they haven't changed really anything, which again I really appreciate because it's a remaster. They're keeping sort of true to the roots. Mm-hmm. But yeah, hacking. But yeah, so you've got hacking, you've got stats, you get weapons. You can really sort of build your character bit by bit as time goes on. I'm now at the stage where basically the Von Braun's got like another ship title called the Rickenbacker, and I'm at the stage where I'm about to leave the Von Braun and get onto the Rickenbacker, and that's I believe sort of like the end game bit, from what I understand. And I love the fact that they've tried to. I mean, the levels still feel a bit like levels. But they have tried to make them semi-logical, so they do feel like I really appreciate games that make the places feel like real places.
Yeah.
I hate games where I feel I'm just playing. Oh, you're going through this like this high-tech security base, but it's a very linearly laid out base. It's only real one way in or out.
It's like when we played that horror game.
Outlast. Made no sense. The places made no sense. So it didn't. Whenever you make a level which is designed to be a level, it feels like playing a game. If I make a level that feels like it's sort of logical, and there is some rationale as to why it's set up the way it is, and it's sort of like it definitely feels like part of it has been made to feel like a level, but it feels more a real place. It's why it's like the original Thieves. They felt like real places you went into. Actually, if this company, I think they're called Deep Sea Studios, I think they're called. If they could remaster Thief 1 and 2, I'd be in there in a shot. And it's not plausible because they were Looking Glass Studios and they were involved. FIFA 2 shares a lot with a lot of crossover System Shock in many ways. What I also find interesting, because obviously after System Shock 2, the next game on the series was Bioshock. And it's interesting seeing how much stuff carries through.
I just want to throw out there, I am one of the few people who I like System Shock. I fucking hate Bioshock.
Bioshock is definitely a simplified version of System Shock.
I can't stand it.
But there are a lot of this sort of like, it's interesting playing it. You realise, oh, I see how much this stuff carried through, because I never played System Shock before I played Bioshock, and I went back. But I never played System Shock through really that far. Now playing it through all the way, I suddenly go, okay, I see how much stuff they took from this, and basically I can see how Bioshock was the next progression along from this. I can see it now. I can see all the tendrils that rooted their way through to the game. But I have to say, I'm loving it. It's a surprisingly stressful game. It's a game I'm definitely finding that I am playing it. It's funny actually. System Shock, I was able to play through like hour-long sessions straight, like 4, 5, 6 hour sessions straight, dying an awful lot, which is why it took me a while. This one though, I found myself hour and a half, 2 hours. I didn't have to sort of take a break. Yeah. I think I don't know. It's not like it's less intense, but I think it's almost like I don't know what about it, but I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it, but I have to sort of like, okay, I now need a mental break from this because what I did love was I was getting really struggling at one point. So I just can't figure out where I need to go. I found a walkthrough from like 20 years ago,
and it still works. It
works. It's because they haven't changed it. It works. It's like, okay, yep, what you said is here.
It's a proper remaster. It's like a nice shiny, like it's a paint upgrade.
Yes, but not too upgrade. They haven't fucked with it too much. I'm just going to quickly let the dog out because he's banging on the door. So 1 second. Yeah, like I say, it's how a remaster, in my opinion, should be done.
Yeah.
They've not reinvented the wheel. They've not like redone the game from scratch, completely rechanged it, aka Final Fantasy VII.
Ugh.
They've just gone, let's take the original game, let's make it a bit more user friendly, a bit so there's a bit of quality of life there, but don't go mad. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But just flash it up a little bit. So absolutely loving it. It's very nostalgic for me playing it. It feels so much like it makes you miss how much old school style games I miss. Yeah, well,
like I say, it's from a time where they didn't baby you. You weren't promised to see the end. That was up to you, and that's something I really miss.
I do. I really like games that just leave you be. Yeah, it's like we're going like I want a game where I get to the start level. The level's massive and huge. It says, yeah, just go disable the force generator and bring down the main engineering systems.
And then you're like,
huh? How?
Figure it out, motherfucker.
You best go start looking around. There'll probably be documents that'll tell you how to do it. There might be some audio logs. Explore and figure it out.
That's one of the things I will actually say that I liked about a bunch of the games that were on the C64 Mini, the Black Edition. The games didn't hold your hand, man. They just said, they even said, these are what the controls are. Go on. Figure it out. Where do you go? Figure it out. Did the NPC not give you clear enough instructions? Well, it's up to you now. And you're like, shit. If you don't get off level 1, that's your problem. The game doesn't care. Right? Yeah. They've already got your money. They don't care. Get good.
I mean, it's what I think. If they want to experience this, the best way is compare Morrowind to Oblivion and see the difference. Because Morrowind, you get directions, no map markers. It's proper. You get directions, and you'll write it down, but you need to remember where you started so you can find out where you're going.
Talk to NPCs. NPCs will say follow the path and turn wherever, or go to XYZ place. It's up to you to follow the trail markers or whatever to get to that place. If you go off the paths, good luck. Whereas in stuff like Oblivion, Skyrim, quest marker, go that way. Just point your character in the direction of the thing that you want to go to.
Any modern game, it's they feel the need to do even like environmental storytelling. These games don't really, they do it, but they don't. Modern games, environmental storytelling seems to be like, let's put some ropes over the cliff edge so you know you can climb it.
Yeah. The paint and the ropes and all that. And I can understand that to a degree because it's not always obvious.
Particularly if the environment's got more detailed, that I kind of get.
Yes.
But
other times you're wondering, who's leaving all this tarp, all this rope, and spilling all this paint?
Yeah, not in this game. Not in this game at all. You are, or any of these officers, you're just left to it.
Yeah.
I think it comes from a time as well when people had a smaller library of games.
Yes.
So you spent more time dedicated to one game, whereas now it's kind of expected that you're almost like buying it. I think what most consoles assume, you're buying like your new game every week, you play it through in that week, and then you buy another one on the next release Friday.
Mate, never was there a thing called a backlog back when we were kids.
No, because
you didn't have one.
No, you had like a half dozen games, and if you wanted, you just had to play them and get through them. Frankly, good luck. But you would slave hours into them. I mean, the first time I played through one of my other favourite games, Deus Ex, the first time I played through that game, that took me about 40 hours.
Yeah.
Because I was exploring everywhere, I was detailing. And I have memories of playing that game daily, like in the mornings before I went to college, or because I was at college, I was working at the time, but like part-time. I remember playing that game before going to college and playing it when I got home. I remember playing that game like over like a course of I had like a week off and playing like every day, all day for several days and still not finishing it.
Yeah.
A modern game, you could do that. Most modern games, you'd finish in a couple of days if you did that.
Yeah. I mean, I will say I understand why they've done it.
I get
budgets, they want people to feel like they're getting somewhere. People don't have necessarily as much time. So like folks like us, as we've gone on in life, we were the guys that were buying the games, because obviously the average age of the gamer is now in the mid-30s, or it was. I don't know so much now, but things were then tailored to make it easier for the dad or the mum that wants to sit down and play the game, but they've only got like 20 minutes here or there.
Yeah.
Make some progress.
I get it. And to a point, I'm in that category.
I get it. I disagree with it.
To a point, I'm in the category of, if I play a game, in general, I don't want to dedicate hundreds of hours to a game unless I'm really into it. Now, I think that more plays down to the roots of, if a game is needlessly RPG when it doesn't need to be. So RPG is sort of like an RPG is a commitment to me now. It's a real commitment to do, because I simply don't get the sort of time to dedicate to it like I should do. If it's a game like this where like you are making solid progression every time you play a game, you're going to make solid progression. Because there are a lot of games, if you like particular RPGs, where you could play a 2-3 hour session and you've really not done much.
Oh, I agree.
You may have completed
That's
a couple
Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Yeah, you may have completed a couple like little generic side quests. You may have like completed this, but you've not really done anything. Whereas this game, there's progression through the storyline. You're unlocking stuff. You're gaining stuff. There's a churn of new gear, new weapons, stuff. You're getting through and you find stuff and you explore stuff, and you feel like you're making progress. So if the game took, I mean, I'm now probably about. Let me see what Steam says I'm doing on this game at the moment. So I've now played System Shock 2 for 26 hours.
Oh, blimey.
Now, what I would say, that's Steam hours. And there have been times where I've like left the game paused. So I reckon you could probably take a quarter off that, probably. So it's probably more like 14, 15 hours, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
Maybe 16 hours, if I'm honest, of actual playing the game. But nevertheless, that's quite a big time dedication I've put into a game, and I'm still not finished. That to me now is a sort of a long game, personally, because that's a lot of time put into it. And I play it sort of like when I've got time over this sort of like Christmas period. I was hoping to have finished before the podcast, to be honest. I've not got there yet. But I'm definitely within the I do definitely want I'm in the sort of final throes of the game. I highly, if you want to have a go at an old school style shooter, this is a great one because you know it's going to run. Yes, it's going to look basic compared to modern games, but it still looks nice enough. It's still enough to be playable. And like I say, I have a real soft spot for blocky levels. You know, levels that are made like we've got very few polygons to play with. Let's make it. Here's a fountain. It's an octagonal shaped thing because we can't do round, with like a really basic texture that makes it look like water. That's it. But I say, I would love these guys to get hold of the Thief series and redo it. Nightdive Studios is the company name. Right. But yeah,
get at it, lads.
Yeah, and if you buy System Shock 2 Remaster, you get given System Shock 1999 version free. Oh, System Shock 2 Remaster. One thing I have added into it: co-op.
Oh,
you can play with up to 4 players. Co-op.
Terrifying.
I'm not sure how well that would work. Cause I'm not sure how well the game is.
How's the AI tailored to handle that?
I'm not too sure. But the fact that you could play 4-player co-op, that's like cool.
Maybe one day, Ram.
Maybe one day. Maybe one day. So, but yeah, give that. But yeah, so yeah, System Shock 2. If you're out, buy it. I have seen a couple people online complain about it because, like, I don't know where to go. It's like, well, no, we've just explained it doesn't tell you where to go. Bye.
Good luck.
Good luck. But yeah.
The GPS generation, get in the bin.
I do think that is a kind of a situation when if you train people to play games like that, this would be an absolute shock to them.
Oh.
But this would be a great way to see how go back and see how games used to be.
Yeah.
And how I still argue in many ways they were better in this way because they just let you get on with it, and you had to explore, you had to try things, and things would fuck up, and you had to learn from your experience. Give it a go. So yeah,
don't know if I want to learn, Ram.
System Shock 2, really good game. Give it a go.
Good call.
Well, that's it for me, Skazz.
I've got nothing.
Right, well, that's good. Well, I think, to be fair, I think for our first podcast back in the new year, we've done quite well because we're up to an hour and 20-minute mark, which is usually quite good for us.
It is, and I'm running out of hard drive space, and I forgot we have Games Day coming up.
He's got Games Day. He's got to record 6 hours worth of footage on for Sunday.
Oh, you know what? I don't even know if I'd be able to fit 6 hours of footage on this machine.
Well, you better. Well, that's a you problem to figure out.
Yeah, figure it out.
You've got just about 3 days to figure it out. Off you go.
Oh no!
This is old school style gaming, Skazz. We're not going to hold your hand on this one. You got to figure it out. So,
no.
So very much for watching us this evening. Hope you've enjoyed it. You can check out our next podcast, which will be on the 29th of the 1st, 2026. We've got Games Day this Sunday. We'll be running UK time 9 till 3. I'm hoping to be streaming all of it. So come check us out for that. It's our first Games Day of the new year. And we're playing Bloody Traplands 2. I think number 2 we're playing.
Yes.
Come join us for that. And we hope you enjoy it and we hope we have fun. And so from me, the Suffolk Ram.
Guys,
we'll see you all in a fortnight.
Woohoo. See you guys.
Yeah. Shit, I'm on the one screen, guys. I'm on the one screen. I can't click my button.